In this video, we will compare two loving companion dogs and great hunters with excellent sense of smell, the Beagle and the Basset Hound. These two breeds share many similarities in their appearance and temperament, but they are far from being identical, and there are many important differences between the Beagle and Basset Hound. Let's start with a brief origin and history of both breeds. Both breeds were developed for hunting hare, but they are not directly related. The similarities between the two might be explained by an ancient common ancestor, the St. Hubert Hound. However, we cannot be 100% certain about this because the Beagle's history is surrounded by mystery and no one really knows its exact ancestry. The St. Hubert Hound is the only link between the ancestry of these two dogs, but the Beagle was mainly developed in England and the Basset in France, and as I mentioned earlier, they are not directly related to each other. So what are the main differences between the Beagle and Basset Hound? Let's start with appearance and later we'll discuss temperament. The most important difference is size. You can see the size comparison on the screen right now. The difference in height is rather subtle, but the real difference lies in weight and body length. The Basset is much heavier, sturdier and longer. The Basset Hound has a body length of up to 35 inches, which is 88 centimeters, while the Beagle only reaches up to 25 inches, which is 63 centimeters. The Beagle also has much more athletic body and longer legs compared to extremely short legs of Basset. The Basset's short stature is caused by dwarfism, as they were intentionally bred from St. Hubert's Hound with dwarfism to achieve this unique long and short body. This is the biggest difference between the two breeds, but there are other important appearance differences as well. The Beagle has a squared face, while the Basset has a prolonged face with very long floppy ears that can touch the ground. Beagle's ears are much smaller. Another distinguishing feature of the Basset is its large paws, especially in comparison to its short legs. The Basset is also more wrinkly on its face. So the main differences in appearance are size, body type, leg length, paw size and length of the ears. Both breeds have a similar coat, which is very smooth and dense, coming in black, white and tan tricolor. Both breeds can also come in slightly different colors, and you can see the complete color list on the screen right now. The Basset should have a slightly longer and coarser coat than the Beagle, although it might not be visible at first glance. Now let's talk about the temperament. It is true that both dogs were originally bred for hunting hare. The difference was that Beagles were mainly used for physically demanding peg hunting of hare, while the Basset was primarily used for tracking hare and deer. This is the main reason why Beagles are more energetic and lively, demanding much more physical exercise. There is a myth that a Basset is a lazy lap dog. While they are much more laid back than Beagles, they still need daily walks and fun playtime to stay in good shape. They are not total couch potatoes, but are definitely more laid back and less hyperactive than Beagles. Because the Basset was mainly used for tracking, they have an extremely good sense of smell. It is said to be the second best nose in the dog world, just after the Bloodhound. Both dogs are vocal, but Beagles tend to bark and howl much more. This is also a reflection of their history as peg hunters, as they used to be extremely vocal on the hunt, and they still tend to bark frequently. This is something you should consider when getting a Beagle. Bassets are also quite vocal, but not to the extent of Beagles. So these are the main differences, and there are many more similarities in temperament. Both dogs are friendly and sociable, wanting to be active members of the family. They can happily live with other dogs and make good, gentle and playful partners for kids. On the other hand, both breeds are known to be quite stubborn and independent, which can make training a bit difficult. However, both can easily learn all the basic obedience commands, although they might not obey them every single time. Comparing the ability for training, I would say that the laid-back temperament of the Basset makes it better suited for training, especially for novice dog owners. Both breeds have a strong prey drive and chasing instinct, so other household pets might be problematic. You should be very careful on your walks and only let your dog off-leash in fenced or well-known areas. Last but not least, let's compare health and grooming. Beagles have a longer life expectancy, around 13 or 14 years, compared compared to the Basset's 11 years. Beagles are generally considered very healthy dogs, with the main health issues being joint problems, hypothyroidism, and epilepsy. Bassets, due to their body type, are much more prone to various health issues such as back problems, elbow and hip dysplasia, osteochondrosis, eye issues, or von Willebrand's disease. Bassets are also prone to obesity, so you should be very careful with their feeding and provide them with enough exercise. Grooming the Beagle is much easier. They shed less than Bassets, and brushing their coat once a week is enough to keep it in decent condition. Bassets require more frequent brushing to minimize heavy shedding and maintain the coat's good condition. I would recommend brushing them at least 3 times a week, if not daily. You should also take extra care of the Basset's ears, cleaning them and keeping them dry to prevent ear infections. This applies to the Beagle as well, but due to the size of the Basset's ears, they are much more prone to ear problems. Additionally, you should keep the Basset's wrinkles and skin folds clean to avoid infections. Bassets also tend to drool more compared to the Beagle, which is a relatively clean breed. I believe that covers the complete comparison of Basset and Beagle. Please let me know in the comments if there's something I forgot, and share your experience with these two dog breeds. Thank you for watching, see you in the next video.